What a beautiful day here in Big Town.
Ah, Jesse, the sun is shining.
The
The
birds are
birds are
singing.
singing. We
The,
both
the
noticed the singing birds.
because we know a lot of facts about them. We have a lot of bird facts here in Big
Yes,
Town.
hashtag bird facts.
Yes. Josh, you're looking radiant.
Oh my god, thank you. And you are stunning, my friend.
Thank you. You're being much too kind. Much too kind.
No, you are. You are, my friend.
Here
look,
we are on a lovely day in Big Town.
yeah, and look, here's someone else. Well, that looks like the listener. Hi, the listener. Welcome to Big Town Improv. I'm Josh Pilch.
And it's me, Jesse Moriarty. Gosh, well, the listener, it's so good to see you again. I feel like it's been a while since we last ran into you.
Yes.
Maybe we should just remind our dear friend, the listener, what happens here in beautiful Big Town.
Well, the listener, seems like you found yourself in Big Town, so why don't I give you a little reminder, like Jesse said. Every week on Big Town Improv, Jesse and I will have some conversation, tell some true stories, the details of which will inspire us to do a montage of short, improvised comedic scenes for the first part of the show.
But then in the second part, the listener, we're going to do a single long scene involving multiple characters, places, and situations. It's going to be fantastic, listener, and I'm so glad you're here for it.
What are we what is this, Jesse? Why are we so like how would you describe the attitude that we're giving off right now?
I don't know, Josh. I feel like it's just we really have to. I feel like we need to put some hope and good cheer out into the world, Josh.
That's what I was feeling too. Just want to make sure we're on the same page, and we are. Look at that.
Yes.
We have this. Yeah. Everything is wonderful in Big Town. Don't look any further.
Yep, the borders of Big Town are just clearly delineated, and for your own safety, do not pass beyond them.
Yes. Don't. Just past the borders is real world. We hate it there.
It's not a good place. It's a bad place.
No,
but
not always. Yeah.
But Josh, you know what is wonderful?
What?
I was just paid a visit by none other than Random Word-a-Claus, the traveling fairy who brings random words to all the good boys and girls of Big Town. And if you look,
wonderful.
If you look inside your sack, I think you'll find some random words as well.
Oh, Random Word-a-Claus left his whole sack for me?
He has individualized sacks for each person.
Yeah, that's different than Santa Claus, who he holds on to his sack but leaves the stuff from the sack. Yeah.
Yes, they are distinct entities, Josh.
Yeah. Well, hey, let's see what's in this sack, Jesse.
Let's see
can
inside
you see
my
from here?
sack. Let's see. I got excavate, torch,
Excavate.
goal, buy, and then inside your sack is inflation, function, rule, bottom, and nomination. Fascinating stuff. Nomination. You ever won an award, Josh?
Yeah. I think so.
Oh.
Not in a little while. When I was a kid, I did.
Yeah.
I actually, upon graduation, so I went to Ben Salem High School in Ben Salem, Pennsylvania, home of the first Rita's Water Ice. And upon graduation, I was awarded the Mr. Ben Salem Award.
Mr. Ben Salem.
Yeah, for the student who best typifies the Ben Salem ideals, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
I was excited. It didn't. It like it was like I think I talked about this before, but like I don't know if you had this like senior year. There was like an awards night before graduation where like some people like win like scholarships and other like superlatives and that this was the last one of the night and I got to win this thing, so I actually was very honored.
Nice.
And they
That's
gave
very
me this
cool.
plaque that was really nice. I got to take home and show my parents and they were very proud. The weird thing about it is like a year later there is this assistant principal, and I got word from like one of my old classmates that the assistant principal, Mrs. Hope, wanted me to come to the school for some reason. Like after I graduated, I was like, okay. And I went to see her, and she told me that this year for Mr. and Ms. Ben Salem, it's not a plaque that they give you. It's a large sculpture of an owl. Like, because our mascot was an owl. And she said, we decided it's only fair if you also get the sculpture of the owl, and she gave it to me. Now the first time when I won the plaque, we're in this auditorium, everybody's there, we're about to graduate, everything feels great and exciting, and I felt very honored. This time when I'm alone with a assistant principal who I thought I'd never see again,
Just giving you a big old owl.
Yeah, the feeling of that was a little bit strange and it almost cheapened the whole experience. I'm just like, oh, this award never ends. I thought it was a one-time, very exclusive, exciting moment.
That's funny. I love it.
What about you? Have you ever won an award?
Yes, yeah, I won an arts award once when I was in second grade, and it was a mixed media painting thing, and I won an award, and I was like, all right, I have to go there dressed as an artist because I'm winning an award for art. and my parents were like, all right, well, how does an artist dress? And so I had a white 3-piece suit and a straw hat. And I was like,
wait, what?
Yes, yeah. I looked like a skinny 8-year-old Southern kingpin.
Do you know who you probably looked like?
Was that?
Savannah Dan. Do you remember Savannah Dan?
I suppose that's possible. Yeah.
This was a man who gave tours around Savannah, Georgia, when Jesse and I were both there. He wore a
white suit and a straw hat. Yeah, absolutely right.
Yeah.
What an odd coincidence. But yeah. But I was, and there are pictures of this, me looking quite pleased with myself, standing next to my picture, and like nobody apparently had the heart or felt like maybe I like to think that everybody was like, is that how we're supposed to dress? And just on the off chance that they had it wrong, we're
right.
like didn't want to say anything.
I'm curious how you arrived at the idea that's what an artist looks like.
I think it was like, well, I mean, this is an awards ceremony, right? So it's a high-end affair. I have to dress nice. But at the same time, like, I have to establish myself as a down-to-earth man of the people. So I assume it was some kind of thinking like that.
That's it's very funny to imagine a little you dressed that way. Yep. I feel like what I thought an artist looked like was like wearing a smock and a beret.
Oh yeah, like an old timey Renaissance artist, like one of those enormous berets and the big. That's funny. Well, our other words were excavate, torch, goal, buy, inflation, function, rule, and bottom. Got anything for those?
Um,
Do they have dinosaur digs where you are, Josh?
what does that mean? I guess probably not.
Um,
Uh,
well, um, they're in certain parts of the desert in California and the surrounding states. They're hotbeds of dinosaur bones, which is to say that they have found dinosaur bones there in the past. Um, so
okay.
after they find, two or three discoveries in a given place, inevitably someone will set up a dig up your own dinosaur bones
I see.
thing,
Yeah.
where you can go into the desert and they have a couple on display, and then you just sift through rocks aimlessly for
Right.
until you're able to find anything. I mean, which is not to say that, like, civilians, non-scientists have never discovered, because they have. So occasionally they just make their way up to the surface, and people just find them, and major discoveries are found from that.
That'd be very exciting. So have you done one of these dinosaur digs?
I did, yes, and again, it's just an excuse to skin your knees and look at a lot of rocks. Um, but
Yeah.
they do. And then they have the same thing for panning for gold, like
Right, right. Yeah, I think that's definitely more of a Midwest to West Coast kind of thing.
probably, yeah.
Did you have any ambition to be like an archaeologist or a paleontologist? That was a huge deal when we were kids. I feel
Oh
like
yeah,
because of Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park definitely, yes. I mean, yeah, I would have liked that. I think there's a everybody goes through a dinosaur period. I think a
Yeah,
certain, especially people who grew up in that era. Um,
yeah.
I mean, I did briefly, I believe. We
I
would,
remember.
yeah, no, go
Sorry, go
ahead.
on.
No, please. Just a
Well, I
lovely day
remember
here in Big Town.
here in Big Town. Sip your tea. Oh, that means something now. That's like slang now. But you were sipping your tea.
Yes, physically doing so, yes.
uh, uh, in Boy Scouts as a kid, we got to sleep over at the Academy of Natural Sciences
Ooh,
in Philadelphia. We got to do it a couple times, and I always made a point to sleep next to a small dinosaur skeleton that I decided was my friend.
nice. And I think you were right to do so. I think,
Yeah, I probably was.
yeah.
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 Yeah. All right, how do you feel, Josh?
I'm feeling pretty good. It's a good, sunny, bright, singy, birdy day here in
Yeah,
Big Town, and
birds
I
are
just heard some
singing.
fun stories.
Yeah. Gosh, do you know what that means? It might be time for.
Well, you couldn't possibly mean.
That's right. It's time for Flasco Johns and the Big Town Singers.
Oh, look at them all high stepping in. Well, normally, when we talk about the next segment called the montage,
It's quite
it's
dour
sung
and,
as
and serious.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
But
today's
this
an
time it
upbeat
looks like
day.
they're really gonna do something jaunty and enjoyable.
Well, all right, take it away, boys.
Montage, 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 montage. It's the montage, 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 montage.
It is the montage. Wow.
Wow.
Should I put the bells, the church bells over that still?
Yeah, I
Okay,
think you should. Well, thank you for coming in today.
Yeah.
I bet you're probably wondering why you're here.
Yeah, this is unusual.
Well, yes, of course, you would think that. Well, the truth is, first of all, congratulations on last year's award. I mean, you definitely deserved it. But this year, we've kind of changed the Oscars up a bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got my invitation to be in the audience. I didn't really put out a movie this year.
No. But since you did win last year, we thought it was only fair that we give you the new upgraded version of the award.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I won the award last year for my film.
Yes. Yes. Title
Thomas's Big Day.
Yes. It was a wonderful film. Made me cry.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, can we really ask the winner for Best Picture to satisfy himself with the tiny gold statue that was given out last year, when this year we're giving out something much cooler?
Huh, okay. I mean, the gold statue is a tradition and carries a lot of weight and majesty behind it, but what's the new award you said?
Well, this is Oscar. He's a 6'6", bald German man who we have covered in gold body paint. He is going to be your personal servant from now on.
Oh.
Yeah, I am so honored.
Oh, hi, Oscar.
Hi there, you are the winner of the film award.
Yeah. Sorry. This person is being awarded to everybody who is about to win an Oscar and who won one last year?
Yes. I mean, that's correct, yes. Strictly speaking, the award is called the Academy Awards.
I understand that, but you know what I'm saying. It's
yes. Yes. Now, this man and other bald German men who have been painted gold are being awarded to the winners of this year and last year's Academy Award.
You know what? It's okay. I'll just take my statue.
I am so offended.
Oh, Oscar, no, I'm not.
I weep. No, look how my gold body paint streaks as I weep.
All right. Okay, no, don't. Okay, yeah, you can come home with me for the weekend.
Oh, this is so wonderful. What is your favorite food? I will prepare it.
I don't know. I like lasagna, I guess. But we're planning for a bit of a party this weekend. You know, I'm a high-powered Hollywood person, so you know, we've got pretty much everything under control. My wife and I, it's gonna be catered, so.
Oh, but I want to help. I am, after all, your award.
Right. That's weird. An award doesn't usually help.
Fast forward 1 year. Thank you for coming back in. First, I wanted to ask, how has Oscar been working out for you for the past year?
I'm so confused. Yeah. Naturally, he is right behind me, as he has never left my side for an entire year. My marriage has fallen apart. The strain of having another person eternally attached at all times. I hope you're here to relieve him of duty, or you've called me here to relieve him of duty. Is that?
I mean, he's still your reward, sir. Actually, I called you in here because we've changed up the awards again.
Why are you doing this?
We didn't think it was fair that you, who 2 years ago won an Oscar for Best Picture, should be stuck with the old version of the award, the statue, plus the semi-new version of the award, which is Oscar.
Can I say? Yes. You said you're changing up the award again. Yeah. You're changing it up really for the first time because, as you know, Oscar just came with me last year. Yeah. He didn't go out to anyone else. You had to just use the regular statues, which are fine.
Yes, but this time we've solved that little problem. You see?
Okay.
We realized that there, of course, obviously, since we've only got Oscar, it wasn't fair to everyone else. So we've come up with something that can be distributed to all the winners of the Academy Awards.
Okay, well, what's
now,
that?
This is your 60-foot pilotable golden robot. You'll be able to pilot this one. It has a lot of inboard weapon systems.
Okay. No thanks.
I don't think you haven't heard me finish the pitch.
Okay.
So you see, this robot is going to really revolutionize warfare. because it's you sit inside the robot and pilot it from a little cockpit inside the chest, and then it'll be able to fire missiles and things and punch people when you tell it to punch.
Yeah, I think I didn't need to hear the end of the pitch.
Go
That's exactly
for it,
what.
sir. It's an excellent
Oscar, please,
novel.
please. I want to listen to you because you're the only person left in my life. All right, if this will make you happy, okay, I'll take the gigantic gold robot home to my empty home. Okay, please do not call me again.
Of course, sir. I think we've really hit upon the proper formula for this year's awards.
Okay, we fast forward to the following year.
Thank you for coming in.
I can't believe you called me again.
I heard about your victory over Spielberg and his robot. That was pretty impressive, considering he has more Oscars than you.
I'll never be able to unsee the tragedies that I've seen in my life this past year, the carnage that I've caused.
You've done very well, Dulce. Well,
thank you, Oscar.
Well, I called you in here because we're changing up the awards again.
No, just don't do that. Just don't.
Now, I'd like you to show you this. This is the new model. It's a tiny golden statue of a person that we're going to be handing out with each award.
Okay, yeah, that's what it used to be. I think just stick with this one, all right?
Are you sure? Because I did want to get your approval before we go all the way on this.
Yeah, here, I'll take it. I'm happy to have this normal golden statue.
Okay, it's full of scorpions.
It's biting me! Hey there, buddy. Wow. Hey, thanks for meeting me for lunch. I haven't seen it. It's been a while,
It's been a while. Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah. Oh, well. I mean, but
Yeah.
that's life, you know. Busy.
Exactly how I feel.
What are
You
you
can
gonna get?
probably.
I heard the grilled cheese here was good.
Oh, yes, grill. Oh, you're serious? You're going to order that common plebeian food? I'm sorry. Let me explain. As you may know, since moving out of our hometown, I'm now a big deal business executive. You could probably tell by the fancy suit I'm wearing.
Well, it does look nice. I was going to compliment you on that.
Thank you. Yeah, feel free to.
It's a nice suit.
Thank you. But, I wasn't sure what's been going on with you exactly. I haven't seen you since the old days, so, and I'm sorry I made fun of your order, but I'll remember now because, as you can see, I have a baseball cap. There we go. And now
That's
you
strange.
can see. Yeah.
If I look at you from the neck down, I'd say you're some kind of out-of-touch corporate bigwig. But if I look at you from the neck up, my inclination is that you're just a regular old Joe, salt of the earth like me.
Exactly. Good. I'm glad that's working. I don't want to lose the truth of who I am, which is
No, of course. Oh, here comes the waiter.
Yeah.
Well, what can I... sorry. Oh, hey, no, I know you. You were in high school together with me. But now let my gaze drift slightly down. Sir, I'm sorry. What can we serve you today, sir?
I will have the duck l'orange, and my friend here will be having the grilled cheese.
Very good, sir.
It's an interesting restaurant.
And to drink? Gosh, hey, you should remember when we used to get together in the old days and drink ginger ale?
Yeah, I've tried to put that out of my memory. The idea of drinking ginger ale. Oh, right, the baseball cap. Yeah, go ahead and order that. But so that I don't confuse the waiter, I'll duck down low in my seat so he can only see the top of me.
Well, what can I get for you there?
2 ginger ales, please.
That sounds mighty fine on a day like this. Hey, it's good to see you in town again.
Yeah, good to see you too. Oh, my back is hurting.
Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. Right away with the 2 champagnes, wasn't it?
Do both, yeah, please. Well, I don't remember the people from the old town being so good at switching personas that way.
Well, since we are having lunch, I did want to make a small confession to you. Yeah, you remember how last time we talked, I was telling you how I was trying to get into coding?
Yeah.
Well, I finally finished my my app for corn huskers, and it's really exploded.
I'm sorry, Ted. You designed corn huskers?
That's right, yeah. And so I like to go about in my overalls here, as you can see,
Yeah.
so that everyone doesn't think of me as a out of touch big guy. But I do have my silk top hat here, and just put it on there. So
Ted.
Yeah.
First of all, congratulations on Cornhuskers, the #1 app in the world right now.
Thank you. Yes, really shaves a lot of time off husking. Yeah, we're very proud of it.
But perhaps we should have coordinated, because now you have a fancy head and a down to earth body, whereas I have a fancy body and a down to earth head. I'm worried that we're going to hurt the waiter.
Oof. Oh, I didn't think of that. Good. Oh, here he comes again with our drinks.
Okay.
Here we are, sir. I've got a pair of champagne and a pair of... for you, the the ginger ale.
Oh, no.
Oh, God, he twisted himself in half.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no, I think here comes the owner of the restaurant.
Hey, what's going on here?
I'm so sorry. I think your waiter has been hurt. My friend.
Listen up, buddy. I don't like people who make a ruckus in my restaurant, so let me poke you in the... What? Oh, excuse me, sir. Of course, the meal is complimentary. But your friend here, I'm going to poke him in the chest, and then I'm going to say, maybe you... dear. What I mean to say is, we apologize for the lack of quality service.
Look, Mr. Restaurant Owner, I'm standing up and looking at you in the eye. I don't appreciate this kind of treatment, okay? It wasn't our fault. I'm just trying to meet with my old friend. It wasn't our fault that something like this happened. It makes me want to look down and spit on your sneakers that you're wearing, and then as I move my eye line back up and I see you're wearing a cummerbund in the middle of your body?
That's right, yes. You see, I own this small mom and pop restaurant, but I've actually franchised it into a enormous worldwide chain of restaurants. But then I also own a second mom and pop business here. So I try to stagger. So I've got normal, rural, recognizable legs, but a very fancy waist.
Right.
But then back to
Right. Well, I'm sorry to... I don't quite know how to talk to you. Oh, good news. It looks like the waiter's getting up.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm all right. Sir, that was my fault. I didn't intend to. Let me just stand back and... boss! Look, I can't lose this job. It's the only thing Phil, look, it was just a misunderstanding. Maybe I'll clock out early, huh?
Okay, I think he's okay.
All right, maybe we should all just kind of take our hats off or something and
you slide out.
yeah. Oh, it was good to see you again, though.
Yeah, you too. It's nice catching up this way.
Yeah, I wish I could have actually had that grilled cheese sandwich. Woohoo! Children, please. I know it's exciting to be able to... No, your attention. I know it's exciting to spend the night here in the museum. But I must ask you to please be responsible woodchucks and don't cross any of the velvet ropes or go into any of the forbidden areas of the museum. And I am going to go out to the bus right now and get our peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Okay.
Oh man, look at this. We're in the museum and there's no one here.
Wow. It's so cool being here this late at night. A night at the museum.
I know. Look at this. It's a skeleton of a dinosaur.
Wow. Man, I love dinosaurs. I wish I could be friends with this dinosaur.
But that's impossible because they've been dead for millions of years.
Yeah, it's true. Oh, well.
I'm going to go look at some of the other exhibits over here. You can spend time with your lame collection of bones like a loser.
Oh, okay. I thought we were friends. Yeah, I will
No,
not
I
be
was just a
joining
bully
you.
who was close to you physically.
I always get bullied, Mr. Dino.
Want me to eat him?
Huh? Doth my ears deceive me? I've been reading. I read a lot because I don't have friends.
Ah, that's a good habit to have, Billy. I'll ask again. Want me to eat that kid?
No, Mr. Dinosaur. I can't believe you came to life, but no, please don't eat any kids, even if they are bullies.
Well, all right. But at the time that I lived, if someone was picking on you, you'd stand up to them, or you'd let a teacher or grown-up know, so that they could help you deal with an unsafe school environment. Or you'd eat them.
Well, okay. You came from a different time, Mr. Dinosaur. I think my teacher's coming back. I will tell him, and I think he'll have a better solution to what to do with the bully. Here
right,
he comes.
If you say so. Hello, children. I've got peanut butter and jelly sandwiches here. Oh, Billy. But
yeah.
Adrian said that he would give you your sandwich, so I gave yours to him.
No. Mr. Tomlinson, you shouldn't have done that. Adrian has been bullying me, and
What?
I'm here to tell you that.
You're telling me that Adrian has been bullying you? He's been saying mean things and doing hurtful actions?
Yes, and here he comes now. Here comes Adrian. So I'm hoping that you could take reasonable recourse for this.
Well, naturally I shall, being an education professional.
Good. Thank you, Mr. Tomlinson.
2 sandwiches. That was good. Hey, how about I hang out with you some more and we just have a casual conversation for long enough for you to think that we're friends, and then I'll do something hurtful again.
That isn't gonna work this time, Adrian.
He is right. It's not going to work.
Oh! Mr. Tomlinson, you ate Adrian!
Oh, wow. It turns out that your teacher subscribes to my philosophy there, Billy.
That's so weird. Well, I guess you guys maybe know something I don't then.
That's right, absolutely. Well, the first thing is that I'm a lunatic cannibal. And the
Oh.
second thing is that you've been talking to a dinosaur, so your sanity isn't that stellar either.
Oh, I guess you're right, Mr. Tomlinson. And, well, my peanut butter
What
and
it
jelly
is.
sandwich got eaten already.
And then I ate the one who ate it.
But I'm still pretty hungry. Say, Mr. Tomlinson, are there any more
Yes.
bullies in this class?
I think we could find one or two.
Hmm.
Wow, this is actually really, really deranged. I'm alarmed. Oh, man, that was great. Here, have some
Yeah.
more popcorn, Josh, and another swig of delicious lemonade.
Thank you. Popcorn and lemonade, the perfect summer treat.
Absolutely.
Chomp, chomp, chomp.
Well, Josh, how are you feeling?
Jesse, I'm feeling great. I'm walking on sunshine. How are you feeling?
Josh, I'm feeling wonderful. Would you say that it's time for the second part of our improv extravaganza?
I think it's about time. It's about time for us to start the long, continuous narrative improv.
But who's this? It's some sort of jolly ferryman. Josh, have another sack.
Wow, thank you. By the way, I do get to keep these sacks, right? Because these will be convenient for like going to the grocery store. I can bring my own.
Yes, absolutely. I encourage reusable shopping.
Wonderful, wonderful. What a day.
Thanks, random word of clause.
And there he goes, flying off into the sky.
Beautiful.
Pulling.
Separate, but yeah, totally distinct from Santa Claus.
Yeah. He's pulling reindeer behind him.
Yeah, that's so strange. It does seem strange. It,
It looks weird.
Well, let's see what you got in your sack, huh?
All right, it's like random word Christmas came twice.
No kidding, man. Okay, here we go. Commitment. Falsify. Obstacle. Gaff. Twist. Pluck. Killer. Canvas. Stadium. Projection.
All right. Those are some great random words.
Yeah, they are. Here we go.
Here we go.
Thank you for joining us, Inspector Connelly. I think when you see the crime scene, you'll understand why we needed your expertise on this one.
All right. Oh boy, I'm getting too old for inspecting crimes, but that is my job.
I mean, you're not non-inspector, you're inspector.
Right. Well said, officer.
Thank you. Well, it's right through here. If you'll come with me into the studio here, we can
Okay.
see. Well, here's the body, as you can see.
It doesn't get any easier.
How many bodies have you seen, sir?
Including this one.
Yes.
This puts us up to 19.
Wow, that is a significant number, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is, isn't it?
Did a hard job.
Most, most people don't see 19 dead bodies in their life, but I have.
Wow. Well, we have identified the deceased as William Waynesboro. He did live in the house, but we haven't been able to tell much of anything else. Perhaps you can give us some insight.
Well, William Waynesboro, I know that name from the tech world. He's the one who brought corn shuckers to sports statistics.
Oh
We
my
all
gosh,
know.
you're right.
Yes.
I hadn't made the connection.
Yes.
So this is the brilliant app billionaire Waynesboro himself that could create a lot of motives for murder. Rival tech giants or people who wanted to inherit his money, perhaps.
Indeed. Now, were you able to ascertain the cause of death?
Well, we have it narrowed down to two things here. It's either this giant sword stuck in his back. Mm-hmm. You see that?
Yes.
Or it's the big vial marked poison that's in his hand there.
All right. And has anyone flipped him over? I guess you can't because of the sword, but
Sword is pinning him to the ground. Yes, sir.
yeah. Okay.
But with your approval, we'll take it out and I guess put it in a bag. And
yes. Put the sword in a big bag.
Right.
All right, and we're turning him over.
This is really gross.
Yeah. And just as I suspected, also a bullet wound.
Ooh. Oh, well, yeah, you're right. Right there in the center of his forehead.
But which one of these killed him, and why?
What a tricky problem we find ourselves with, Inspector Connelly. Good thing you're the brilliant local inspector who's solved many crimes.
It's true, and I think I know the first place I'll look. Of the three possible causes of death, the least common one, I think you'll agree, is the sword. And while my life has made it difficult for me to have any commitments, I know that the one woman that I ever loved is a great sword seller in the local Renaissance Festival. She'd be the first person to talk to here.
You mean Duchess Edna von Sharp? But
yes,
but I thought
in the Renaissance Festival, she's known as Maiden Juliana. Her real name is Duchess Edna von Sharp.
Well, I guess even people with noble titles have to have something to enjoy themselves with.
Yes, indeed.
But I thought you two split up tragically years ago because she couldn't stand your lifestyle of constantly investigating crimes.
You remember correctly, officer. And that's why it isn't going to be easy to go talk to Duchess Edna. But if someone connected to this crime bought a sword in this town, there's no doubt that they must have gone through her.
Yes.
Yeah. Now I'll begin my investigation at the Renaissance Festival.
Oh, yeah. Well, all right, sir. Will you be needing your jingly jester cap?
Yeah, good thinking. Of course, they don't let anyone in the Renaissance Festival not in costume, so...
Even police.
yes, it's true. Well, good thing I carry this with me always. All right.
I've questioned the habit before, but never again, sir. All right. I'll let you know when we hear anything from the mortician, who might be able to determine which of those three horrible ways that this man died.
Yes. Please do, Officer Springwell.
Thank you. All right.
And so I headed down to the Medieval Renaissance Festival. It's been a long time since I've been here, but I still recognize some of the old faces from when I spent time.
Green sleeves was my design. Green sleeves. Oh. Well, if it ain't Dick Connelly, who left all this behind to become a police inspector.
Well, Tupperman, of course, you're still here, playing
Oh
the
yes,
old ways.
Some of us still believe in Renaissance festivals and don't abandon them when the going gets tough to become police murder investigators.
Well, I suppose that's your opinion, Tupperman. That only when I sought an easier life is when I became a police inspector. But look, I'm not here
Well,
to
let me
play...
guess. You're here to see Maiden Juliana. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean Duchess Edna.
That's right. Could you point me in her direction?
Ha! You should have realized you'd forget your way around here. She's in the big tent over at the far end. But watch out for the fire breather. He remembers you too, and not too fondly.
I will watch out for him. He can breathe fire. And as I walked across the Renaissance Festival, which they rent this time of year from a local farm to set up their space, I moved past the medieval corn maze and in the distance saw my once beloved. Hey.
Oh. Have you come to buy a sword? Shing, shing, shing.
I'd like to tell you I am, but let's not play games, Duchess Edna. I don't want to be here any longer than I have to be.
Yes, well, I should have figured when you waltzed in here in a complete policeman's uniform with just a dangly justice cap on your head. How would I slice those bells off with one of these swords? Shing, shing, shing.
Ding, 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 ding. Just as good swordsmanship as always.
Absolutely. I'm an expert swordsman.
Yes, and that's what I
wanted
wanted
to selling swords.
Yes, well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Someone has possibly been murdered with a sword recently.
And what makes you think it was me that was involved? Is it because I
Well-
sell and use swords?
Always said you had a great mind for detecting. You would have made a good police inspector as well. If only
Ha!
you just...
Don't insult me, Dick Connelly, police inspector. Well, as you can see, I haven't exactly sold very many swords lately, but I can check my inventory and see here if I'm missing anything.
Yes. Please do.
Let's see here. So, how's the life of a police inspector treating you?
Actually, it's very hard. I've seen 19 dead bodies, so if you were gonna say that I chose it because it was the easy way out, maybe think again. How many dead bodies do you see at the Renaissance Festival?
Only 15.
There you go.
Well, this is odd. Over the past year, I've sold 14 swords out of my total stock of 100 swords. But now doing a quick count, I'm actually missing one extra sword.
So that means someone who had access to your inventory. Don't you know to lock up this place when you close
This
it?
is a tent.
Yeah, well, don't you put a big padlock on it or something?
You've been out of the game too long, Dick. You don't realize how things have changed.
She was right. It was a it was a stupid mistake. I'll have to recover from this one.
Oh, Dick, how did it come to this? Don't you remember when I was Maiden Juliana and you were Jester number 3?
How could I forget? Those were the happiest days of my life. It's only because of that first dead body that happened here at the festival that I then became consumed with the desire to solve murders.
Yes, and you're good at it, but not as good as doing silly dances and playing on a lute.
Guess you got Tupperman for that now. He seems to have taken the role of Jester number 3 to all new places, so guess you have him.
Tupperman's an arrogant fool. He thinks he's a brilliant jester, but he's only an all-right jester.
You have always had high standards, and I always appreciated that about you. But what to do about this missing sword?
Well, I'll keep my eyes open. If one of the people here in the Renaissance Festival took it, then they shouldn't be able to keep it hidden for very long. There's no secrets at the Renaissance Fair. You know that.
Yeah, that's true. You just gave me an idea. Perhaps I shall talk to more people here at the fair. Gosh, I really hope the sword was what killed this guy, because I haven't been spending much time following any of the other possible murder weapons.
Yes. Wait, I hear a commotion outside. Huh? It's coming from old Angus, who runs the apothecary.
All right. Well, farewell, Duchess Edna.
Hey, maybe don't be such a stranger anymore, Dick Connelly, murder investigator.
I'll think about it, Duchess Edna, sword seller, and I'll wiggle my hat. But it doesn't make any bell noises because they've all been cut off.
Oh, which one of you daft bastards stole from me? I'll have your head. I'll beat you up. That's what I'll do.
Now, Angus, is that how you sell your medicine?
What the? Dick Connelly, murder investigator.
That's right, it's me.
Dick. Oh, things have gone to hell here at the Renaissance Festival since you left. Just now, I noticed that someone had stolen one of my things of poison.
Seems like there's a lot of that going around.
Aye, but this was really good poison too. The kind that kills.
Could it be? Was he talking about the poison that was given to the victim? But how strange. A sword was stolen and a bottle of poison? Something was just starting to add up.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. I cannot run a Renaissance business if people keep stealing my inventory, Dick. I realize this isn't really your area of expertise, being a murder investigator. This is simply a case of larceny.
I wish the police department would occasionally assign me other types of cases, but that's how it works, as you know.
Aye, well, you're just so good at solving murders. Ever since that first murder here in the Renaissance Festival.
Yes, that first one. I'd like to take a moment to remember that, but wait, a second commotion over at the gunpowder tent.
Yeah, that's right. You better go check it out.
Genevieve is making a real uproar.
Oh, I'm so mad. I'm furious. Enraged, really.
Well, Genevieve, is that how you sell your gun, powder, and related items?
Oh, well, all my stars and garters. It's Dick Connelly, the murder investigator, who used to work here as Jester number 3.
That's right. What? So what's all the hubbub about?
Well,
Genevieve?
I just noticed that a selection of my finest gunpowder is missing, and so is a small metal ball that could be propelled forward with that gunpowder, using a long wooden tube.
Huh. You're describing a gun, if I'm not mistaken.
I suppose you can't break character. We gotta stay in the Renaissance character here.
Well, and that's not the only reason that I think it's a bad idea to have a gun shop in the middle of the Renaissance Festival. How strange. A missing gun, a missing why did I forget the second one?
Poison.
A missing bottle of poison and a missing sword. There hasn't been such a rash of thefts since that unsolved case of larceny during that first murder all those years ago.
Yes, that's true. But that first murder you did manage to solve, which is why you became such a brilliant murder investigator, and why old Danglor remains in prison to this day after you caught him and locked him up.
Yes, I only... The evidence... something about the evidence I had on Danglor never seemed to add up to me. It's the one hitch in my history, in my record. Could it be that this new crime is related to that old crime? Why, if I comb through my memory banks, would I be able to possibly see the answer to what's happened here more recently?
Suppose it's possible.
Thank you for the affirmation, Genevieve. But to remember that time, it's just too painful. But, well, here I go. And feel free to move around me. I'm going to stand here and remember for a while.
Oh yeah, we all remember how you used to do that. Just slip into your own little world for a while.
Okay. Here I go, remembering.
Oh, beloved, look here. It's a new sword I've made. What do you think?
I think it's, Snuggle Muffin. I don't like it.
Oh no.
I love it.
Oh, you're such a jester.
That's why they call me Jester number 3. Oh, I love you, baby. Nothing's ever gonna change.
Oh, look, here comes Tupperman, Jester number 4.
Yeah, here he comes.
Hey there, Connelly. I see that you've still got your stupid jingly hat on.
That's right, and it's got all its bells like it always will.
Well, someone stole my jingly hat, and I don't know why. So don't think that you're better than me just because you have a hat and I don't.
All right, I'll try not to think that. I'm winking at my beloved.
Oh, Dick. Ah! What the? A scream coming from the street.
Let's go see what's going on.
But wait, Dick, it's none of our concern.
But aren't you curious, my darling?
Oh, all right, let's go see what's going on.
I must see, I must.
It pushes people aside. Oh my goodness. Someone's been killed. It's a dead body.
The first one I've ever seen.
This is terrible. Oh my gosh. Not even my old-timey Renaissance medicines can do anything for this man, who's been killed by having a jingly hat shoved down his throat so he's suffocated.
How strange. And look, wait a minute. Who is this that's been murdered? It looks like a police inspector. That means no one's going to be able to solve the case.
Oh, woe that we brought our Renaissance festival to this small town where there's only one police inspector and people are not inclined to replace him particularly. Gentlemen, ladies, please. There's no need for this commotion. Let's simply continue with our Renaissance festival, yes? Mr. Danglore, well, it's just that there's a dead body here in the middle of the road.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get very many customers right now, Mr. Danglore. And by the way, I feel that probably I have to solve this case now. No one else is going to do it.
Nonsense. Of course you don't have to solve this case. You're not a police murder investigator. You're just a number 3.
You've always looked down on me because of this, but perhaps I could confide in my closest friend, Tupperman. Tupperman.
I was a little bit mean to you earlier, but wow, that really means a lot that you said that.
Well, you stood close to me while you were mean, so I consider you a friend.
Oh.
Am I not?
Right.
I'm interpreting this correctly, right?
Sure, why not? What do you need?
This hat that's that's been lodged in this inspector's throat. Do you think there's any way I could find any trace evidence that you suggest I should look for on the hat?
Oh my gosh, but this is my hat. This is the one that I told you was stolen. If there are any fingerprints or anything like that, there would be my fingerprints, as well, of course, of Mr. Danglore, who gave me the hat in the first place when the day started.
Mr. Danglore, I think you did this.
What? Me? Jean-Claude Danglore, who runs this whole Renaissance festival? Think carefully about what you're doing here, Jester number 3. If you accuse me and you're wrong, you're fired.
Well, then I better not be wrong, because your fingerprints were found on this jester hat that killed the man, and yours along with my friend Tupperman, who stands close to me, and therefore I have warm feelings toward, and know he could never commit a murder.
Curses! If only I hadn't killed this man using just one method of murder.
So you admit it.
It's true, I killed him. This police inspector was investigating our Renaissance festival and discovered that I was a murderous lunatic cannibal.
Good thing, a cannibal, you say. Seemed like you made him eat something rather than...
I know, that was the irony, but I thought it would be a bit of a giveaway if I ate him. So, I tried to vary my, methods here.
All right, I citizen arrest you. Officers, take this man away.
Oh, thank you so much. It'll be a shame when the Renaissance Festival closes and we won't have a murder investigator anymore.
Well, wait a minute. Perhaps I could do that.
But then you would have to take off your jangly jester's hat and wear this policeman's cap.
If I were to do that... But I'm so drawn to this new life. I must.
Don't do it. Don't we have a good life here? Together, you and me, making swords and doing jester stuff?
Of course we do, maiden. Or should I say, Duchess Edna, your real name? Because here is my perspective. A couple, it's okay if they have two different jobs, the members of the couple.
Hard disagree. We're through.
Oh, no.
I know why you're doing this. You're leaving just because you want the simple, easy, lazy life of being a murder investigator instead of the working for a living like us here at the Renaissance Festival. Well, you can forget about calling me your friend. Stop.
Tupperman, you too?
That's right.
Oh, well, I guess this is my new life now. I'll put on this policeman's hat, but I'll always keep my jester's hat here in this bag and carry it with me on all my cases. Gosh, a lot has happened to me on this one single day, and even within the past minute. But I am upset to lose my one true love, and I'm also upset to lose my friend Tupperman, but I'll always be thankful to him for pointing out the murderer's fingerprints on the stolen jester's hat. He pointed it out to me. Yup, it was him who did it. He pointed me in the direction of who I should arrest. Tupperman did.
Mm-hmm. Are you still we're closing up for the day. Are you done with your reminisce?
I am done with it, and I've remembered something very important. Oh, but irony of ironies, Genevieve. I'm talking to you because you're the one closest to me.
Sure.
We didn't really have a relationship in the past.
No, I don't feel mad at you for leaving to get a new job, but equally I'm not, like, too emotionally invested in you staying.
Well, then, good. It'll be easy to tell you this then. Oh no, but here comes Duchess Edna.
Here I am. Well, you're still here. I thought I told you to get out of here because you're not welcome here in this Renaissance Festival.
Well,
I've got a sword in each hand.
Well, then I have some news for you. I just had a important memory where I realized that there were two possible suspects of who murdered the old inspector. It was Mr.
Mr. Danglore confessed to the crime. He said
That's
out
right.
loud curses, if only I had murdered him in a different way.
Yes, but I
Which
suspect
is a bad thing to say if you kill somebody.
Yeah,
I mean, even if someone is there and figures it out, you shouldn't, like, loudly say.
But I think that's why it was so obvious. I think he was covering for the true murderer, the person who pushed me in that direction in the first place. Tupperman. And
Tupperman?
That's right. And is it true that Tupperman visited each of your tents just yesterday?
Well, sure, but Tupperman's jester number 3 now. He wanders through all the tents singing his silly jester songs.
Yes, the silliest jester songs like Greensleeves. But
Sir, we've got news.
What
News.
is it? What is it, officer? Did you
News
learn
from the
new
coroner,
information?
sir. Yes, we've discovered, we tried to figure out what the cause of death was between those 3 strange causes of death. It turns out that he first was stabbed by the sword, then poison poured into his mouth, and then he got shot.
So probably all by the same person.
I think that's logical. And we found inside his waistcoat is his date book, his calendar. And look here. Flip.
Yeah.
Yesterday, he was supposed to meet with someone. All it says is audition jester.
Well, This just confirms the conclusion I already came to moments ago.
Oh.
Yes, I believe that Tupperman is the murderer in this case. But wait a minute, can I see this date book one
Sure.
more time?
You're the police inspector, so yes.
Well, it's nice to ask still, I think. What's this say? It says, talk to my, tell, hold on, my vision's not so good. I think it says, tell her how I really feel. Tell her how I
I
really
can't believe
feel.
he penciled that into his date book.
Yes, well, he's a busy man.
My God. So,
Wait a minute.
what was the motive for this heinous crime, Inspector?
I think I know. Duchess Edna. Did you know a tech mogul by the
William
name...
Waynesboro, the developer of corn huskers? I mean, yes, he came down here now and again. He was a big fan of the Renaissance Festival.
I have reason to believe he was a fan of the Renaissance Festival, but an even bigger fan of you. Is it possible that he lingered around your sword shop more than one might expect?
Well, he never bought any swords, but I assumed he was just one of those irritating customers who like to look at things without buying them. It's true, he spent a lot of time there.
I think he was in love with you, like I once was. And if I search through my memory one more time, I think there was someone else who was in love with you. I'll do this real quick.
Sir?
Okay, well, all that stuff just happened to me, a young Connelly. I guess I'll leave this Renaissance Festival for good. But first I'll turn around and look. There's Tupperman. I wonder what he's saying.
Gosh, I sure do love Duchess Edna. And now that Connolly's gone, I'll be able to woo her at long last.
Yep, that's what I thought would happen if I remembered really hard. Yes, all of these crimes were crimes of passion.
But wait, why did Tupperman wait so long to do anything or say anything?
Because he's nervous.
Oh, that's kind of sweet.
Yeah. But no, not he's a murderer twice over. And the reason I said I have some bad news is this means that I did get it wrong when I arrested our old boss. And that means I'm fired for good from the Renaissance Festival.
Wait a minute. So you're saying that old Mr. Danglars was arrested for killing that police inspector by shoving the jangly hat down his throat, right? And confessed to that crime because he was an insane cannibal, right?
Yeah.
So how exactly does that connect to the secondary crime of Tupperman killing the tech giant?
It's I'm saying that Mr. I always mispronounce his name.
Mr. Danglars, yes.
Mr. Danglars. I'm saying that Mr. Danglars was covering for his favorite employee who he knew was the real murderer.
Not just favorite employee, also apprentice.
Tupperman!
Don't come any closer. I'm holding a torch here to the corn maze. And I'll set it ablaze and burn down the entire Renaissance Festival if any of you come any closer.
Now, Tupperman, you don't want to do this.
Oh, and why not? I wanted everything that you had, and I thought when you left after covering for me killing that police inspector for my beloved Mr. Danglars that I'd finally be able to claim Duchess Edna and the role of Jester number 3. And I got the role of Jester number 3, though. I did manage that.
You did. Everything you said makes sense, and there's no sense in trying to parse through it. But please, you mustn't do this.
Oh no, you figured out my secret, and I won't go to prison like Danglore. I heard last year he tragically cannibalized himself until he was gone.
Oh, yes, it is true. They found his mouth sitting alone in his cell.
Oof. Well, I won't go out that way. I'll burn us all down if I have to.
If only I could remember some way to get him to stop this.
Okay, honey, listen. Maybe you dwell in your memory too often. Maybe you need to live in the moment a little. You made your decision to become a Renaissance, a murder investigator instead of a Renaissance festival man, and now you've solved 20 murders or almost, and that is a pretty damn good accomplishment. Here, take this sword. I think you know what to do with it.
I think I do. Hey, Tupperman.
What?
Chop you in half.
I'm crawling into the maze. I'll still escape.
Oh, wow. I didn't... after him.
Everybody, come on. Even if he follows me, I'll be able to hear him coming because of the bells on his hat.
Oh no, I guess there's still one bell left on my hat. Hey,
I'll chop it off for you.
Good. Now...
But you know who is wearing a belled hat? Tupperman.
Right. We'll be able to hear him and
All right,
catch up
everyone
to
quiet.
him easily.
Quiet.
Listen closely.
Ding, ding, ding. Around this way. Oh, come on. I think it's a left up here.
All right. It sounds like it's getting closer.
Oh, I found him. He bled out because he got cut in half.
Yes, that's what I expected. All right. Well, officer, you still here?
Oh, yeah, yes, sir. Will you be coming with us back to the police station to file the report?
Why don't you go on ahead without me and take this torso with you?
Yeah, gross. All right.
Well, all of my Renaissance Festival friends, I guess this is goodbye again.
Oh, we're gonna miss you, laddie. Oh, it won't be the same. What will we do? What will we do when another murder occurs at the Renaissance Fair?
Well, I'm sure someone will be able to help. Goodbye, Angus.
Goodbye.
And goodbye.
Oh, I'm going to miss you. I'll miss you so much. Here, please take this cask of gunpowder with you.
Oh, thank you, Genevieve. We never were that close, but I always liked you.
Thanks. Yeah, me too.
And that leaves just you.
Slap.
Ah!
And kiss.
Huh? What was that for?
Oh, damn you, Dick Connelly, murder investigator. Maybe you were right all those years ago. Maybe two people in a relationship can have different jobs.
Do you mean it, honey?
Shink. I do. Here, take this sword. Will you marry me?
Oh my goodness. Yes, of course, you're the only one I ever loved.
Oh, Dick Connelly.
Oh, Duchess Edna.
Of course, if you do marry me, then that will make you a duke, so you'll be pretty high society. But you won't want to forget about, the lower classes that you came from, right? So what can we do here?
Well, all my past lives, I'm going to have to make this work. So I'm going to take my policeman's hat on. I'm going to put on this crown, and I'm going to carry this sword in this sheath here. Now my old jester's hat, of course, I keep in my bag and take with me to all of my investigations. And meanwhile, I wear this large trench coat, which of course makes me still seem like a down-to-earth blue-collar inspector. But this calls for a celebration. Let's call over the Renaissance Festival waiter. Oh, waiter!
What can I get you, my lord? Let me just glance up. Oh, Your Majesty. I mean, how are you? Forgive me that I didn't let me just look down here so I avert my eyes. Oh, it's you, Dick. How are you?
I'm good, and my jester's hat is still in my...
Silly jester. Play an amusing jig for me.
Oh no, he seems to be shaking. He exploded.
Folded in half, couldn't handle it. I guess that makes 20 bodies. No, 21.
No, 20.
Peppermint.
Oh, right.
Oof. A rough job.
Yeah, see, I told you, it's not an easy life. Jesse, tell me, how are you feeling?
I am feeling so nice. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good, but I wanted to ask you first because, do you know what? I think you played every character besides the inspector in that long narrative.
Let's think about that for a minute.
I think you did.
I do believe that you are correct. You played one character
who was in every scene. So that's what happened. A little peek behind the curtain for the listener. That tends to determine. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. The investigator had to not only be in every scene but talk to every person.
Yeah, exactly.
As part of his job,
I'm gonna give you a hand, my friend.
Thank you.
For playing all
I'm
of
glad
those
that we
characters.
were able to. I mean, it's difficult to do like that kind of murder investigation where we have to figure out who did it by the end.
Yes,
that means we have to remember all the details that we established in the beginning.
And we remembered some of them.
Some. Josh, what's this?
Huh?
A little bluebird has landed on my fingertip here.
Oh my! A little
it has
twittering bluebird.
It has a card clenched in its beak. Let me take a look. It wants to know where you can be found on social media.
Oh, little bluebird, I'd be happy to tell you. You can find me at let me remember. You can find me at the Josh Pilch Show on Instagram or at Josh Pilch Show on Twitter. Also, check out The Midnight Gospel, a new animated series for grown-ups, which I worked on, that will be premiering on Netflix on April 20th. And what's this? Butterfly in the sky? I can fly twice as high. And I've gone up to meet the butterfly, and what's that? It's whispering in my ear? It wants to know where to find you on the internet, Jesse.
Oh, well, I mean, butterfly. You can find me at Jesse.Moriarty on Instagram or at Jesse Moriarty on Twitter. Oh, Josh, look up. Look. The sun is smiling indulgently down on us with a big smiling baby face.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it wants to know the source of all the wonderful music it's been hearing throughout this episode.
Oh, well, Mr. Sun, all of our original music was composed and played by Steve Wilder Blumenthal of WilderBlueMusic.com.
That's so nice. I like that. That makes me happy.
And to all of my woodland creature friends and also natural orbital entities, you can all follow Big Town Improv at Big Town Improv on all social media.
Well, that's just wonderful. That's amazing.
It
Makes me so happy.
Me too. Jesse, in all sincerity, I am happy. This was a nice, fun time here in Big Town.
It was a lovely time here in Big Town. And I think the only thing left to say, really, is from the mysterious places of the world, from the big places of the world where they wear top hats to the rural places where they've got on their baseball caps, the museums and the corn mazes, from Big Town
to your town.
Bye.
No big character voices this week.